What is up, friend? I know here, and yeah, so it's been a month since the last my uploaded something. I mean, I did a stream like a few days ago, and you guys, I thought it was gonna be a good idea to live stream the game development cycle, and yeah, so I'll quote what I said on the other stream that I actually made a game with. I was actually gonna do a game with my best friend, my best mate from high school. We met in a mechatronics class, and I had a lot of talks about game development. He's always coming up with different ideas, so I thought I'm gonna bring him as a designer. And plus, I heard that he has some work with Blender, so I decided we're gonna make a game together. Hey, here's the project. Now, originally the game was actually supposed to be very different. We were actually gonna be making a survival game, and yeah, it completely turned into like something different because I realized how hard it was gonna be. In fact, I think I actually have the source code still in Unity version control, but anyway, let's just get right to the point. I'll show you guys some gameplay of it, as well as touching on things that things that I actually wanted to do. I wanted to try something different for the game. So yeah, this is the menu. You can leave, and yeah, we have in here we have the debug dialog, and let me also move this out of the way because it kind of covers my screen. But anyway, so yeah, that's a bit of how the game actually works. There is some health regeneration when you're next to the medical building, and it does get pretty chaotic as time goes on. So, I mean, trust me, it used to get even more chaotic in like early versions of the game. But anyway, let's break down my thoughts on this game. So originally, the idea came when I was like thinking of military stuff because I enjoy watching military stuff. So, and I remember a story from I don't remember the story correctly, but the game was based around a story that I heard of it. So, and it seemed fun. So we did so. The menu works pretty simple here. I think we only have a menu script, in which case the text. I love Visual Studio, to be honest. Visual Studio, so I can just show you guys the script, even though I have it also on GitHub. Yeah, let me bring the repo here. So yeah, here's the GitHub repo if you guys want to check it out. I might actually link it on the description. So I think this is public, and it contains like a bunch of the stuff that I done. Yeah, yeah. My menu usually is very easy to make. It. I have a and since we've been on, my friend has decided that we should actually do a GitHub repo. I started doing everything, putting everything on GitHub. So, main menu works very well with just the scene manager on a load scene one when you start and then quit when you're leaving. I think I should have actually made a controls menu like I made it on my other games. It would have been fun, but That's it. Just didn't happen as much. But let's touch on some things that actually are different. So I've actually started using enums. Yeah, I think that's called a state machine, and I am just of course there's only like for the movement speeds because I do like having a variety of speeds and stuff, and also the main reason that I've actually been doing I actually haven't uploaded for 1 month is actually because I decided taking some time to actually learn some new stuff and like how I incorporated the lambdas in here. Instead of making like 3 lines, I can just write in 1 line. Wow, it saves lines. Pretty cool. Movement. I've done something that I've only done in like my previous game gen last year, and that was actually normalizing the vectors. But it's simple stuff. We have a board here. In JK's, I'm actually using it. I remember how to actually use it. How to use raycasts, and I also started using compare tags because I heard it was actually better. Although this just didn't work too well for me. I think this is kind of like an oversight because this bow is only checking out when you're actually pressing the space bar. That's like the only call of it, so it never removes the drag unless you click spacebar in there again. In which case, it kind of makes the movement a bit clunky, but it's fine. And here we have the what defines the run state here, and this actually, unless you're pressing the left key, you go to this. This was for the display weapon. I remember on the first game gen that I've done, I mean, the third game gen that I've actually done, I had like a bunch of a switch statement, in which case just goes through every weapon, just goes through every weapon and disables the previous weapon. That was so inefficient. Nah, fam. I just did a for loop. And here, enable. If the I is equal to the current weapon, enable. Else, just put it out to false. You see, that's clean. Track HP, in which case update to help. Damage function. I did do some damage nerfs as well as I made a regen health script multiplied by time the delta time to make it more fluid. Yeah, that's about. Also, here's how I got the scroll wheel working pretty well. It actually probably the best part of this. Although I feel like I should have actually increased this, go to 0. Uh, and then I'll make this minus and then do this plus plus because I usually do mouse down more than mouse up, so it's personal preference, but it works. There's also I'm messed around with AI, so in fact, in the previous game gen that I actually did, I didn't had a good AI system, and in fact, the it kept the enemy kept getting closer. I had to come up with a whole way of actually saying that there can only be 5 enemies at the time next to the player. Elsa, don't move. That was like a very weird thing. I spent like 3 hours instead of just simply going for locking the destination and having us handle the state. Yeah, Lambda here, resetting the attack. This is more for the bullet hell theme of the game, and this is for the kills and stuff. Which is pretty cool. This is probably like my best AI that I've worked so far. It's definitely something that I want to work more. The break one. Fun fact: the script never got used because on the last day of the game jam, I actually thought my friend was talking about why do we actually make the walls randomly exploded? Because the way I handle the walls, let's see, Saints new game, but the way I handle the walls is I just randomly place them in ways that I thought it looked cool, and looking at it, I should have actually made a just make an explosion like effect. Also, if you notice, my friend did some 3D modeling. This is this is the car he did, the building he did. I made the walls on Blender. Here, it was his attempt at going for Maya stuff. In which case, I actually want to show you guys. I don't. I think my friend actually may have exported in a whole different way because this is how it looks like. This is how it fucking looks like. See? This tiny car. Yep. That's Maya. That was his first attempt at Maya before he actually decided on Blender. But yeah. Also, I'd say I'm messing around with some other design I wanted to try out and make it something that will with more my style of music that I like, in which case more metalish. And that's not the one that I wanted. It's the in-game music. Also, I'd like to point out, I should have actually run this through Audacity first, just to get rid of this little segment in there. It's probably because I'm still new to using bias effect for this, but I could have done like a fade in effect and then fade out in there. Yeah. Yeah. Outside of messing around with some music for it. Guns? Yeah. I actually made all the gun models here. And the minimap system. In which case, it's definitely something that I want to actually. I want to actually make more of it. It was very fun making a minimap system. Although, like, I feel like I could have done something more now with sprites, but because I figured out last second that you can use just buildings, have like a layer, and then just tell the camera, the minimap cam, to just render that one. Everything that's a minimap items. And yeah, I ultimately feel like it was a fun game jam to do it together. I've messed around with Unity's particle system. A little bug in here, but yeah. Overall, I feel like this like in this makes up for my third game gen that I just did not like who the game that I actually made in there. You know, yeah, it was fun to mess around with like making weapons and stuff, but I just did not know much about the map design. You know, when I did this one, I actually made a. I had an idea of make this like a base in the desert, which is pretty fun. And yeah, my friend did honestly a very good job with the 3D models. And in fact, he's still learning a bit. Look at this house he did on Blender. Little medical hut. He did him. No. Yeah, it's like very nice. And yeah, ultimately, I also came here expecting to do much because my friend's still pretty new to game development, but he did way more than I than necessary. Yeah, so that's about it for the game gen that I joined. Now, I do want to go back to uploading. And now I can finally go back to uploading. And yeah, so thank you all for coming. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Hey, peace out, brothers.